Have you ever found yourself on a first date, sitting across from someone you've been thinking about for days, maybe even weeks, and you can feel your heart racing? You're nervous, you're excited, you're hopeful. You've been preparing for this moment, trying to figure out what to wear, what to say, even how to sit. You've probably gone through 1,000 scenarios in your mind, from the perfect first impression to that awkward silence you desperately want to avoid. And now here you are wondering, am I making a good impression? This question can turn a pleasant evening into a battlefield of self-doubt and overthinking. It's like walking a tightrope. You want to be confident, but not cocky. Interesting, but not overbearing. Relaxed, but not indifferent. It's exhausting, right? But let me tell you something important. The fact that you're even worried about making a good impression means you care. And that's a great start. It shows that you respect her, that you value this opportunity to get to know her. But here's the catch. Caring too much about making a good impression can backfire. When you're too focused on trying to be perfect, you lose the ability to be present, to actually enjoy the date, and more importantly, to allow her to enjoy it too. Let's pause for a second and think about what makes a first date truly great. It's not about flawless execution or having a list of pre-rehearsed lines that make you sound like a movie character. No, what makes a first date memorable is the connection you create. It's that feeling when you're so engrossed in conversation that time seems to fly by. It's those genuine moments of laughter, those shared glances that say more than words ever could. It's about two people being real, being themselves, and seeing if there's something special between them. Now, that might sound easier said than done, especially when the stakes feel high. But here's the good news. Making a great impression isn't about impressing her with grand gestures or witty banter. It's about being authentic, present, and genuinely interested in getting to know her. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. In this video, I'm going to give you practical, actionable tips that will help you not only make a positive impression, but also create a meaningful connection that could be the start of something amazing. And let me tell you, these tips are not about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. They're about showing up as the best version of yourself and allowing her to see that. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools you need to feel confident and relaxed on your date, and most importantly, to make her feel valued and appreciated. But there's one thing you need to remember: stay till the end, because the last tip I'm going to share is the one that ties everything together. It's the secret ingredient that will make you unforgettable. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. So let's get started. First things first, let's talk about mindset. This is where most guys get it wrong right from the start. They go into the date thinking they need to win her over or prove something. This mindset creates unnecessary pressure and can make you come across as inauthentic or even desperate. Instead, I want you to shift your focus. The goal of a first date isn't to impress her, it's to connect with her. You're not there to show off your best tricks. You're there to see if there's a natural chemistry, a genuine rapport between you two. One of the best ways to establish this connection is to be fully present in the moment. That means putting away your phone, shutting off all those distracting thoughts in your head, and truly being there with her. You might be surprised how rare this is in today's world. Everyone's attention is divided. We're constantly distracted by our devices, our to-do lists, our worries. But when you're able to give someone your full attention, it's powerful. It shows that you value their time and their company. So, start by making a conscious effort to be present. Put your phone on silent, leave it in your pocket, and focus on the person in front of you. Next, let's talk about body language. It's something we often overlook, but it can communicate so much more than words. The way you sit, the way you use your hands, your facial expressions, all these things tell a story. You want your body language to say, I'm confident, I'm relaxed, and I'm genuinely interested in you. This means sitting up straight but not stiff, facing her with an open posture and maintaining good eye contact. Avoid crossing your arms, which can make you seem closed off, and don't fidget too much, as this can indicate nervousness. And speaking of eye contact, let's dive into why it's so crucial. Eye contact is one of the most powerful tools you have to build a connection. It shows confidence, interest, and sincerity. But here's the trick. It's not about staring her down or trying to look intense. It's about looking at her in a way that makes her feel seen and heard. When she's speaking, really look at her, and not just at her eyes. Notice her expressions, her gestures. This kind of engaged eye contact shows that you're truly listening, that you're there with her in that moment. Now let's move on to the conversation itself. A lot of guys think they need to come up with the perfect things to say, the wittiest jokes, the most impressive stories. But that's not what creates a connection. What matters is how you make her feel during the conversation. And one of the best ways to do this is by being genuinely curious about her. Ask her questions that go beyond the surface. Don't just stick to the usual small talk. Dive deeper. Ask her what she's passionate about, what inspires her, what her dreams are. These kinds of questions show that you're interested in who she is, not just what she looks like. And when she answers, listen, really listen. Don't just wait for your turn to speak or think about what you're going to say next. Listen to her words, her tone, her emotions, and respond in a way that shows you're engaged. If she tells you about a passion project she's working on, ask her more about it. Show genuine interest in her experiences and thoughts. This kind of attentive listening is rare and incredibly attractive. But here's something important. While you're engaging in conversation, don't make it all about you. It's easy to fall into the trap of wanting to share your own stories, to prove that you're interesting or accomplished. But remember, the goal is to connect, not to impress. So, if she tells you about a recent trip she took, don't immediately jump in with your own travel stories. Instead, ask her more about her experience. What did she love most about the place? Would she go back? What was the most surprising thing she discovered? This keeps the focus on her and shows that you're more interested in learning about her than in talking about yourself. And here's another tip. Be careful with compliments. It's great to give compliments, but they need to be genuine and specific. Instead of the generic, "You look beautiful," try something more thoughtful like, "I really love your smile, it's contagious," or "You have a great energy about you, it's really refreshing." These kinds of compliments are more meaningful because they show that you're paying attention to who she is, not just what she looks like. Now, let's talk about humor. A good sense of humor is one of the most attractive qualities you can have. But it's not about being a stand-up comedian or trying to make her laugh at every turn. It's about enjoying the moment and being able to laugh together. Don't be afraid to be playful or tease a little, as long as it's light-hearted and respectful. Share funny anecdotes, not to impress her, but to create a shared moment of laughter. This helps to build a relaxed, comfortable atmosphere where she can feel at ease. And finally, let's get to the tip I promised you at the beginning. The one thing that ties everything together and will make you truly unforgettable: genuine curiosity. When you're genuinely curious about someone, it changes the entire dynamic. You're not just going through the motions of a date. You're truly interested in getting to know her. This kind of curiosity shows in everything you do, in the way you ask questions, the way you listen, the way you respond. It's what makes her feel seen and valued, and it's what will set you apart from every other guy she's been on a date with. So, there you have it. Be present, make meaningful eye contact, engage in genuine conversation, and most importantly, be curious about who she is. Do these things, and you'll leave a lasting impression that goes far beyond just a first date. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being real, being genuine, and showing her that you're someone worth getting to know. I sincerely hope that this message has been useful to you. I want to congratulate you greatly for having come this far and for having finished the video. That means that you want to improve as a person. If you liked the video, leave your comment. You don't know what to comment. Comment "I dare" so I know you made it to the end. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and join us. Thank you for your attention. Until next time, warrior.